A common question that separating parents or separated parents ask me when I'm working with them is, when is it okay to start dating again? And there are two types of parents who ask this question. And regardless of whether you're type 1 or type 2, watch this video because I'm going to share some very, very valuable information. Stay tuned. Welcome to Wellness with John. I'm John Peters, and these are resources to help you thrive. So this video is a part of a sequence I'm doing on co-parenting after divorce and coping with divorce. And I make it because I've been in practice for 27 years, and I've worked with thousands of separating parents as a therapist, a co-parent coach, a mediator, an expert witness, a book author, and an educator. I've led over 250 workshops for several thousand parents live during the legal divorce process. So I've worked with quite a lot of parents over the years and dealt with a lot of issues related to divorce and co-parenting after divorce. And if you want to watch the whole playlist, I'll put a link in the description below. So after you watch this video, click on that link and you can watch videos that I've made to address other issues related to divorce and co-parenting after divorce. So in this video, I want to talk about a question that's very common that I get from divorcing parents. And that is, when is it okay to start dating? And there are two types of parents who ask this question, okay? One type is someone who is miffed at their ex because their ex is already in a relationship. And so like when I used to teach the state-mandated course for separating parents, the one that you have to get during your legal divorce. So I taught that for 15 years to thousands of parents. And it was pretty common that when I knew that both parents in a particular divorce were in the workshop at the same time, when we had question periods, often a parent would raise their hand and say, how long should you wait to start dating? And I could tell by the look on their face and the look on the face of the other parent that they were asking the question because they're really using it as a way to diss the other parent for already having started a relationship. Okay. And it could have even been a situation where that other relationship is part of the reason they're getting divorced. But type 1 is the parent who asks the question because they want confirmation that the other parent did something wrong, okay? Type 2 is the parent who is either not yet dating or only mildly looking out there for a new partner, and they are genuinely wondering for themselves, how would I know when I'm ready to date again, okay? And so I have an answer to both of you, regardless of which type you are, if you have this question, all right? If you're someone who really wants confirmation that your ex is evil, stupid, and crazy for already being in another relationship, or if you're someone who's just wondering for yourself, how would I know, okay? And I will say, I actually don't have a God's eye view of your life. So for you as a particular individual, I can't say when exactly it's going to be the right time to be open to having another relationship or whether it was a good choice for you already if you're in one. And you're going to have to use your wisdom to do that. Plus, it wouldn't be my place to run your relationships for you. I don't want to be in that role in your life. However, there are some things to think about. One thing I often ask someone when they ask me that question, if they're type 2, if they're the person who's genuinely wondering for themselves, when would I have some sense with confidence that it's okay for me to try to date again? The first question I usually ask the person is, what percentage of the time do you mentally spend in your head thinking my ex is evil, stupid, and crazy, right? Or I am a victim of my ex's bad actions. Okay. If somehow we had some sort of brain meter and we measured your brain, let's say over the last 24 hours, we're going to monitor the content of your mental activity. And then we made a pie chart and we said, how much of that pie, so how much of the overall time is your mental focus on either my ex is evil, stupid, and crazy, or I am a victim and I'm really hurt and I can't stand what's been happening to me or what is happening to me related to this divorce. The larger that slice, the more likely I say it's unwise for you to date. Okay? And there are two reasons for that. Reason number one is if that is your mental focus, it's going to be your mental focus even when you're with your new little buddy that you're dating. Okay? So that means from the standpoint of your dating partner, whoever you're dating, what are they getting? They're getting a person who is primarily focused in their head on how evil, stupid, and crazy their ex is and or how victimized they are by the divorce. All right? Does that make for a good dating relationship? Okay? Because when we think about dating, if the goal is to find a partner that you can meaningfully connect with and potentially form a committed relationship, if all day, every day, you're thinking about how evil, stupid, and crazy your ex is, that is the flavor of the relationship. That's your contribution, right? And, you know, do you want to be dating someone who wants to be dating someone who spends all day, every day complaining about how evil, stupid, and crazy their ex is? Maybe not. Okay. So in terms of, you know, is it okay to be dating in general am I in a state where I can show up on my end of the dating relationship in a reasonably healthy way that's not too toxic so that I don't spoil the potential of this new relationship being healthy and sustainable? Okay. So again, that doesn't definitively then answer the question like wait 6 months and then you'll be okay. But I do think that that's one way to approach it, right? Do I feel stable and healthy enough and the slice of my overall mental pie related to how evil, stupid, and crazy my ex is small enough that the rest of my pie is non-divorce me so that I can show up in a relationship in a way that I'm attracting a partner who wants to be with a healthy person, right? Unfortunately, for some people, that slice of the pie that's related to divorce angst is so big that it's going to be a serious threat to finding a satisfying partner with whom to have a satisfying relationship. And I know that that's disappointing to contemplate because for some people that does mean you're not ready to date, right? And I get why people want to date. You know, people want companionship. People want sex. People want a buddy. People are dealing with the grief of having lost their companion and all the things that they were enjoying about the marriage. And people are motivated to replace that. I get that. Totally get it. That's the pressure to go out there and date. But if you jump out there and date quickly while you're in a discombobulated, toxic space, you know, can you craft a healthy relationship? Because that other partner isn't going to save you from your divorce angst. You're going to heal from your divorce angst with or without a new partner. And if you're really having trouble with it, see a therapist. But you know, you need to heal to some degree to be reasonably not toxic related to your divorce angst in order to craft a satisfying, durable relationship as your next relationship, okay? Reason number 2, and this is very important, if not even more important. Reason number 2 that you want to do what I just said, which is try to detoxify yourself to some degree so that you're less toxic when you form the new relationship. And this reason number 2 is related to your kids' needs, okay? Because after you have kids, your responsibility is not only to yourself to try to have a satisfying relationship, but your responsibility is to your kids to have a relationship that also supports their well-being, all right? And one of the worst outcomes I've seen with people in new relationships is when they get into a new relationship and they're still in a very toxic state, meaning that their mental bandwidth is largely taken up with hurt and anger toward their ex. What happens is they find a dating partner who's willing to put up with that for whatever reason and who wants that for whatever reason. And what they do is they spend a fair amount of their time venting about their ex to their new partner. Okay? That spoils that relationship. It poisons that relationship. And one of the things it does is it's going to poison your new partner's brain in regard to their view of your ex. And some of you will immediately say, John, I don't care. My ex is evil, stupid, and crazy. I want to poison everybody's brain in regard to how evil, stupid, and crazy they are. The thing is, let's imagine that you pick a really good person and you pick someone you can have a durable long-term relationship with. That person is then going to be in a bonus parent role, formerly called step-parent. So bonus parent role in regard to your children. At some point, this new person has a role to play in your children's lives, right? And if you watched the video that I did on clean language, and if you haven't watched it, I'll put a link up here at the top right now. You must watch that video for this to make a lot of sense to you. But you have to use clean language and behavior around your kids. But if you have a new person in your life, they also have to use clean language and behavior around your kids. So while it's not okay for you to diss your kid's other parent in front of them or around them, to them, it's also not okay for your new partner to diss your kid's other parent to them or around them, okay? And this is a pitfall. When people jump into a relationship, they're in a very toxic state of mind. They're still dealing with a lot of the hurt and adjustment from divorce. They get a new partner and they might feel actually consoled and supported by being able to vent about how evil, stupid, and crazy their ex is to their new partner. But every one of those conversations is not only poisoning that relationship in terms of the quality of the relationship between the two partners, but it's also poisoning the new person's brain in terms of the ex. And it's going to make them hostile toward your ex. And you're creating more drama for yourself, maybe even unendingly out into the future, because you're adding an additional hostile party who's hostile toward your ex in addition to you, right? You're ramping up the hostility by toxifying that new relationship with your angst related to how evil, stupid, and crazy you think your ex is, okay? And that's going to hurt your children because it diminishes the quality of your relationship with the new person. It's going to diminish the quality of the relationship of the new person with each of your children. And it's potentially going to increase the likelihood that you and your new partner avoid using clean language and you say hurtful things that actually hurt your kid, okay? So in an ideal world, you want to use clean language. You want your new partner to be clean in their behavior and their language in regard to divorce issues. And therefore, to make that more likely, don't poison and toxify that new relationship by just using it as a tool to vent about how evil, stupid, and crazy your ex is, right? So again, with the fundamental question related to why I'm making this particular video, when is it okay to date again? Well, my question is, do you feel reasonably healthy and over some of that toxicity from your divorce so that you think you're able to connect with a new person in whatever healthy ways you want to, but in ways that also support your responsibility to your children and to yourself and this new partner so that you're not poisoning it unnecessarily with the toxicity of your divorce. And if you have confusion about all of that and how to sort it out, talk to your therapist. If you don't have a therapist, it might be a good idea to get a therapist to think through and sort out some of these issues so that you heal as best you can And that helps you have good relationships, but it also helps you continue to be the best parent that you can be for your kids after your separation. So if you like this kind of content, hit the like button below. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. I know you've got a lot to do with your time, and I appreciate that you took a few minutes to join me with this video. And feel free to comment below, except not to flame your ex. And if you really like this video and you think a friend or others might enjoy it, post it on your socials or share it with a friend. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.